Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Monday. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know I was gone last week. I was actually on vacation. I still got to play a little bit. I brought my laptop with me and I played a little bit of Magic on the weekend. I'm still waiting for that iOS app so I could take Magic Arena with me wherever I go. But thank you guys for tuning in. This is episode 2. Today I'm going to kind of mess around a little bit with a new deck I put together. Not last week, but last episode, I was asked what monocolored deck I like to play. And I really like to play white, but I was challenged to put together a mono red deck, and so I did that. It's based on a card called Cavalcades of Calamity, which can be kind of a really evil card when used correctly. So I'm going to see, I put together a deck. I only have 2 Cavalcades. I really want 3. To power this deck up. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to open some packs and hope I get some new cards. I'm also still working on my Super Friends deck, which I will show that deck off as soon as it's ready. That's got a ton of Planeswalkers in it, and I really want to use the new Planeswalker, the Royal Scions. I'm working on another deck with them, a red-blue deck with Niv Mizzet and the Scions. That's just all about drawing cards and dealing damage. So if you're watching and you're kind of familiar with Magic and kind of the way these decks work, you have an idea of what I'm talking about. But for those who are new to Magic, or maybe those of you who are fans of MVM and play board games but haven't played Magic, I kind of wanted to do this as an introduction to Magic. Kind of start to learn the terms, learn how the game is played. Maybe you won't find it so intimidating or staggering to jump into a game because Magic is probably as popular, if not more popular than ever right now, with a ton of different formats, and Magic Arena just released this month, and a lot of people are still getting into it and learning Magic for the first time by playing this game, which is something I'm really excited about. So the first thing I'm going to do is open some packs. Now, you can earn packs in this game without spending any money, which is, in my opinion, one of the best things they could have done. I don't want to sit here and spend a ton of money. That was one of the reasons I stopped playing paper Magic in the first place, was I had spent so much money on that, and I'm sure other Magic players around the world can agree with that. I played competitively for a while, and so I spent a ton of money. This gives me the same satisfaction without spending. So I haven't opened any of the packs I've earned over the past 2 weeks since we last did the stream, and I've got 7 packs to open right now. And you can earn packs. You can actually also earn credits, which you can use to buy packs. And so you can kind of choose which packs you want to open. There are certain sets that are legal, or what they call standard, at any given time. And I'm using buying packs from the newest set, which is Throne of Eldraine. It's totally based on fantasy and kind of myths and legends like that. So I'm going to open up a pack, and you'll get to see the cool animation here. I got an uncommon wild card. So this is another thing that Magic Arena does that I think is really cool, is you can earn these wild cards that you can spend on any card. So whether or not you draw the card in your pack, it doesn't matter. You can get anything. I can use this to get a 3rd Cavalcade, which is really what I needed here. So let's see what my rare is. All right, Happily Ever After. So right here you're going to see, I was talking about that fairy tale theme, and it really comes through. You've got cards like Once Upon a Time and Happily Ever After, and things like that. And this is a sneaky card that you can use to kind of win the game. It has a alternate win condition. I know some of you out there watching like to play with those weird win conditions that aren't just do damage or whatever. This requires you to have a certain number of permanents in life, and if you do, you just win the game, which is pretty awesome, I think. So awesome, that was one. So I got a couple more to go, so let's see what I've got here. You also see up here this track keeps ticking up. This is just me earning more of these rare wild cards and things like that. So even if you don't draw a wild card in the pack, you're earning towards them. And if you get more than 4 cards, you can only have 4 of any given card. If you get like a 5th one, it ticks up that track as well. So let's see, a Fabled Passage. It's a great search land. You can tap it to kind of find any land out of your deck and put into play. That lets you work if you're kind of running a multicolored deck. I got another one of those cards. This is another awesome knight. There are a lot of knights. We've got kind of the King Arthur myth going on in this set too. So having a lot of these knights is pretty exciting. And I'm actually really excited to play a knight deck. I don't have enough. I could pour a ton of money into this game and I could buy all the knights and everything, but I just kind of like to play, and I'm sure some of you at home are with me in that. You just kind of like to play and see and not drop a ton of money on this. So there's my rare wild card that I earned, and the Gargoyle. This is another great card. This is going to help you burn through the enemy's deck, and you're kind of burning through your own deck as well, but if you have cards that can manipulate your graveyard, pull cards back and things like that, this card can be really beneficial. I've seen a lot of decks really use this Gargoyle to great effect. I'm not using it currently, but hey, you know what? Maybe next time. I'd love to hear you guys tell me what kind of decks you'd like to see me play. Also, we have some of these cool lands. This is the Gingerbread Cabin and the Witching Well. These are both kind of, you know, themed lands. And then the Turn into a Pumpkin card is a lot of fun. And the Troll. This Troll is pretty awesome. Basically, it makes goats, and you can sacrifice those goats. So that's pretty awesome. Or your opponents can sacrifice. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So the Troll, I guess, eats the goats. I think that's kind of where they're going with that. It's kind of a throwback again to those myths and legends, fairy tale stories, which I really enjoy. All right, I'm gonna keep grabbing these. Okay, so the 7 Dwarves. This is one of the exceptions. I said you can only have 4 cards in a deck. You can have 7 of the 7 Dwarves, and if you do, they're hugely powerful. I actually played against a deck that pulled this off. They didn't win, but it was pretty funny to see them use the 7 Dwarves. So I was excited to do that. Oh, this guy is awesome. This is another knight. This is Zombie Knight. And this is one of those adventure cards. You can send them off on an adventure. This Murderous Rider can do Swift End, and I can do that instant. And then later it can come back into play as lifelink. So speaking of trolls, I'm here in the comments. I think that might be David Waybright. Part of our team is off at Essen right now, so that's exciting. I'm not at Essen, and obviously, probably if you're watching, you're not on your way to Essen either. So we can all have a little not Essen party. All right, so one more pack. Let's see if I get an awesome Planeswalker. I did get another great knight. I'm loving these knights. I'm going to collect all of them. And oh, this is okay. So this is an awesome Boros card. Boros is kind of that red-white combination deck that harkens back to Guilds of Ravnica. This one is pretty cool. It's an enchantment that just sets out of play and creates humans every turn. And there are a lot of cards that interact with these humans. You can attack with humans and things like that. So this is a great card, and it's also a mythic rare. You'll see there that the symbol on that, I can't quite get the mouse over there, but the symbol is actually like an orange instead of a gold. That is a mythic rare. That is a step above kind of what rare is. So that's awesome. So I got those wild cards. You see I've got a ton of common, uncommon, and rare wild cards. So you can take these over and we can work on these decks. And what I want to do is I want to work on my deck. I've got my Cavalcades deck here. See, I have my Mordu Knights I'm working on and my Jessica Fires deck, which this one's going to be a lot of fun once it's done. So David says the best parts of MVM are still stateside. I can agree with that because Jeremy and Kira aren't here. So I don't know if they're going to go back and watch this. They have a pretty busy week. So once you're here, again, if you saw last time, you're going to see how you can build a deck. And you have all your cards spread out here. Or you can go into crafting mode and you can craft some of the cards that you don't have. For example, I have a Mythic Rare. I can use it to... This guy's awesome, by the way. I almost kind of want to build a deck. He has to be every color, though. And a lot of the cards that benefited multicolor decks phased out. So right now, it's actually very hard to run a 4 or 5 color deck. But this guy really wants you to do that. So I'm going to create another Cavalcades because I want another one. So you can search. If I could spell correctly, I would. So you can search and you can use this craft, and I could use one of my wild cards. You can see how this works, and boom, I have a new card. Now that I have it, I can just add it over here to my deck. You'll say I have 59 out of 60. Now, a standard game of Magic, which is what I'm playing, requires you to have 60 cards. You can go in with more, but you can't go in with less. Now, you might say, why would you ever want to go in with less cards? Because the tighter your deck is, the better chance you have of drawing your really powerful cards. So when you're building a deck of Magic, you're really looking to put combos in. I'm building my deck around this Cavalcade of Calamity. Whenever a creature with power 1 or less attacks, it deals 1 damage to whatever I'm attacking. Now, this deck needs me to draw that, right? Like, this is a combo. If I don't draw that Cavalcade, I don't get to do this effect. So that's why I'm putting 3. I might actually end up putting 4 and taking some other things out. I also really like this guy, Krenko here. He creates 1/1s, which works well with that. 1 power, 1 toughness. And he gets stronger as it goes. So this can actually be really effective if I draw him. Again, I only have 1, so 1 out of 60 is not a great chance. If I get a second one of him, then I could actually craft it. I could actually maybe draw him better, right? So I have a better chance now of drawing one of him. He is a legendary. I can only have 1 of him out at once. I might put 4 in this deck if I could put 4 of them out. And again, this is another guy I might toy with putting 3 in just to increase my chances of drawing him. The deck will function without him. The deck will function without Cavalcade. And Legion Warboss is another one. Again, I could run this deck without any of these cards and still be an effective mono-red deck. But you want to increase your chances of being able to draw out some of these combos. So now that I'm done with that, I go back to my deck list, and you'll see a lot of these decks are just given. So if you are new to Magic and you come into Magic Arena, you're going to play a little tutorial, and then they're going to just give you a lot of standard decks. They're going to give you 1 of every color, and then some of these color combination ones. These are very basic decks. They're going to give you maybe some legendaries to play with, some really cool things to do. But what they're really going to do is give you a stepping stone. You could just jump into the game. And last week I actually experimented with trying out some of these. I got beat because these aren't really the best decks, but they're designed to teach you the game and not overwhelm you. So that's great. Let's go ahead and play here. And again, we've got so many different play modes. I want to kill creatures. I'm not worrying about this blue or green spells right now because I'm running that red deck. So there's, like I said, tons of different matches. You've even got the bot match where you can play just to learn against your AI. A lot of people like the traditional standard. Traditional Magic is best of 3, and you have a sideboard. So you play a round, you either win or you lose, and then you can go to your sideboard. For example, if I'm playing a guy that has a lot of creature destruction, maybe I want to change the way I'm building my deck. Maybe I want to bring in some other cards, that I can operate in a different way. Or maybe he's countering my win condition. I can bring another win condition in from my sideboard. That takes a while. I don't really like it because Magic Arena was really designed around just this standard experience of just go in, play 1 match, don't worry about your sideboard, and winner takes all. So that's what I'm going to do. I've got my awesome Cavalcades deck right here, which I'm pretty excited about playing. So yeah, let's jump in this. I know Andrew was here last week telling me all about his deck, so we'll see if I can beat it here. And for those of you who are not in the Discord channel, a lot of this conversation continues on our MVM Live Discord channel. I'll post a link in the comments so you guys can join Discord if you're not in Discord already. There's a lot of great conversation that happens there. We spent a lot of time after the first episode talking about the game. So let's see, you see our standard play arena here, and I get to decide what I want to keep in my opening hand. So this might look like a great hand because I have this Cavalcade in my starting hand and I have a Planeswalker, but I have no creatures to play. So if I keep this, what I'm basically saying is I'm going to gamble on drawing a creature. Now, my deck is about 50% creatures, and I'm already looking at 7 out of 60 cards here. So there's only 53 cards left in here, and like 20 of those are creatures. So my chances of drawing one are actually pretty high. So I'm going to gamble. Well, let's gamble. Plus, I don't want to, risk mulliganing and then not having that Cavalcade. So let's see. So I didn't draw a creature, but I did draw a shock. So this can kind of keep me on pace. If he plays a creature on his second turn, I can just burn it down. It's probably not going to have more than 2 health. So we'll see what he plays here. I don't know what kind of deck I'm up against right now other than that it's a green deck. Probably not mono green. Okay, so he's going to be playing a heavy adventure deck. This is unfortunate. I don't have anything that can deal with artifacts. So my only option is to beat him before he can get his engine running. Now this is a situation where if I was playing with a sideboard, if I lost this game, I would sub in some of my artifact destruction. Well, here's a good one. It's cost 3 though, so I can drop the Cavalcade now, and I can drop him next turn. But this really scares me because if he plays black, there's some really good black adventure cards that will just destroy creatures. And this is going to let him do it twice. So he's going to be basically destroying 2 creatures every time. So this one's kind of unfortunate. This is going to give him more lands. If he pulls a swamp here, I'll know he's playing black and I might be in a little trouble. But we're going to see. He might be playing mono green. Mono decks are kind of back in fashion with this new set because a lot of the mana engine stuff that we used to have is not present. Yeah, so this is going to be rough. This is going to be, I need to hurry and beat him before he can start comboing this. There's no Shatterstorm anymore. Shatterstorm was a card that just destroyed all the artifacts. I don't have that. This thing costs 7. Man. This thing has Vigilance, Death Touch, and Haste. Oh, so he's just coming straight at me with it. However, what it doesn't have is First Strike, and I have First Strike here. I actually have Double Strike. So I'm hoping that I can trick him into blocking, and I can kill him with this Infuriate. He doesn't know I have this. So what we're going to do is we're going to attack first and trigger this Cavalcade. So I'm going to attack, and we'll see if he blocks. So I'm going to do 1 damage because of Cavalcade, so you can see how that can kind of stack. Let's see if he blocks here. He's not going to block. I think he knows better. So if I throw this on here, I'm going to be doing 8 damage because he has Double Strike. So right now he's going to be doing 2. I'm just going to let that be. That's fine with me. So, First Strike damage. Now I'm going to do my regular damage. That's the benefit of Double Strike. If this added counters, maybe I would have done it. So, alright, so that's that. Now I know he didn't block it. So, I didn't mean to end my turn. I wanted to play this guy. That was dumb. But you know what? Mistakes happen. I got too excited about waiting for the next turn. So I don't know what he's probably going to attack here. 4 more damage. I'm fine with that. I really need him to block this so I can infuriate him. I have another Raging Redcap. I have 5 mana to play with. I could throw out Jaya, but then I wouldn't have enough mana to play Infuriate. So I'm just going to wait and see. This time, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to play cards. So you can play cards, then you can attack, then you can play cards again. So I'm going to do 1 damage here. If I had Jaya, he would really combo off both these things. He's not going to attack. I could do 8 damage, take him down to 8 health. This is getting kind of tight. 8, this would bring him down to 6. Next turn I could potentially kill him. But I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to do 2 damage. He's really counting on getting this giant thing out and then destroying me with it, which easily could happen. Alright, so I'm going to throw out another red cap. And I'm going to throw out the Grimly. So I can maybe use this and try to kill him as a blocker. We'll see what he does this turn. Now that I have this guy set aside to block. Because I'll be 3, 4 to his 4. I'll kill it. And his Death Touch will never trigger. Alright, so he's doing this. He's going to be adding mana. I don't know what he's going to be spending it on. Probably to bring this giant thing out. That kind of scares me a little bit. It scares me a little bit, but I think I might be able to pull this off. And you can see right here where he's collecting that mana. So he's going to use it. I'm guessing he's going to play this Doomstalk Giant. It's a giant lumbering 6/6, but he doesn't have trample or anything. Oh no, he's going with this. This sucks. This is going to be ridiculous. 3 bear tokens. He's going to do it. Oh my gosh. Look at that. He made 9 2/2 bear tokens. I can't do anything about that. That's going to really put a damper on things for me. I can kill one of them with this shock, and that's about it. So, alright, well, let's, like I said, we're going to kill this thing with this instant. So we're going to do that really quick. This should work. Okay, so what just happened, this is something I really dislike about the timing of things. Like, I couldn't block because he can't be blocked by creatures 2 or less. I was in the defense phase. I thought if I played it during the defense phase, it would still let me use it as a defense, but it didn't. So I'm going to do this, and maybe we can kill him. We're going to see. Otherwise, he's going to get me, because I can't stop 9 of these. This says every red source that deals damage is going to deal additional damage. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. This is only going to do 6, 7. I think I'm only going to do 9 damage here, which is unfortunate if I had done that correctly. But you know what? It's fine. So these are all going to trigger. I'm going to do 2 damage apiece. It's not quite going to be enough because I'm out of mana. And he's going to have no issue killing me here, which is unfortunate. I did my best here, guys. I really made a mistake with that defense there. But I had no way of predicting he was going to pull out all these bears. That's what really sealed the deal for him. Not a great showing for this deck for the first time. I don't know that I'm unhappy with it. I think I just got a bad hand. Like, I just got a bad rep here. Yeah, I know. He's going to just destroy me with all these bears. Like, he had both of these, like, right away. That's crazy that he got me so early. Like, there's really nothing I can do about that. And I can do 2 more damage to him. So, he's got 4 bears left. That's 8 damage. 4, 8. I don't know. Maybe I can save myself. We'll see. Doubtful.
You're not exactly a quick learner, are you?
Oh, he's gonna, I mean, there's no way. He's doing 6, 10. He's doing 10 damage right here. Yeah, I can't do it. So, I'm gonna do the gentlemanly thing. I'm gonna concede. There's really no point in continuing this fight because he's gonna just kill me in a second. Again, I'm not upset about the way that deck worked. I think I just didn't play it great against that setup. I really wasn't expecting that, all those bears. I mean, that was kind of crazy, right? Like, he just dropped bears on me like crazy. So we're just going to go, we're going to do another match. And hopefully I don't go up against someone who has a great hand like that. I mean, if I had both of my Cavalcades in my starting hand or drawn early, that could have gone a lot differently. All right, so I'm against bad guy number 2 here. Now, when you're playing Magic Arena, you are playing against people all across the, the world, theoretically. Look at all this damage. I can't keep this hand, even though I could keep shutting him down until I draw things. But I want a little bit better of a hand. This is a lot better. So I'm going to keep this. I have to put something back. I'm going to put back a land. Actually, I'll put this one back and hope I draw it again later when I actually can use it. So it's fine. I've got 2 damage and I can play something. Theoretically, I just need to draw 1 more land in the first 3 turns. This is not impossible. So let me know in the comments too, guys. I know some of you are watching and not commenting, but that's fine. I'm not upset about that. But let me know what you're playing. I mean, if there's something you guys are playing in the deck you think I should be doing, let me know. Oh, a Gilded Goose deck. All of these food tokens. Yeah, I don't like this thing. I'm just going to kill it now before he can make the food token. I don't like food tokens. They scare me. So, all right, I do draw my 3rd mana. Not loving that. A third of the deck is mana. So, he's got this Cauldron Familiar, but he doesn't have the Witch's Oven. This is an annoying deck to play against. This stupid Cauldron Familiar. Okay, well, he does have the Witch's Oven. He's going to keep sacrificing this Cauldron Familiar. It's a slow deck. It really slows down the game, and I have to do damage faster than he can stop me. So I just need to draw that land. I didn't. Super unfortunate. He's gonna, if I attack with the Scorch Splitter, he's just gonna kill it. So, and he can always return the familiar to the battlefield. This is not a great position for me to be in right now. I really wish I had drawn that 3rd mana. There's kind of a gamble. That's why you'll generally play in a tournament setting. You'll play best of 3 because sometimes your decks just suck. You don't get the draws that you need. Oh, and the Sorcerer's Broom is coming out now. I can deal with. I'm not going to let that Sorcerer's Broom get out of hand. But he's going to keep doing this Cauldron Familiar and bouncing it back and forth. So, see, I'm not going to let him. I'm going to destroy that Broom before he can copy it. So, that's fine. So, if you look over here, if you see on the right side of the board, I guess this way if you're looking at me, it shows the stack, the order that things are going to resolve, and you can kind of throw instants on there, and you can see which things are going to trigger before which other things. All right, well, I got my third mana, which is great. Now, the question is, do I throw out Chandra? Or do I start with... Let's start with this guy. I think. Man, I actually don't know what my best bet is here. I'd love to kill this familiar and like exile it, but I don't have my card that exiles, and even if I did, he'd sacrifice it to the oven right before I tried to exile it, and I would not be able to exile it. It's very unfortunate. So he's got another of the Sorcerer's Broom. I've got what I need to destroy it. We're going to see what happens here. Because he's going to probably sacrifice this Cauldron Familiar again and again and again. Man. He had 2 of those Bone Splinters. I guess I should have waited, but you never really know what's going to happen. So let's throw out Chandra here. I don't love this situation that I'm in right now.
It's better than having
going to load up on those Bone Splitters.
Basically,
so
anything.
This.
Say hi to my fiery friends.
Guys attack. Again, haven't drawn a Cavalcade yet. Maybe I should have mulliganed again. I just didn't. That's my own fault. So this is going to do 5 damage because I have a Chandra. But he's not going to do anything. He's just going to keep on, making copies and things like that. So this is going to be a very, very slow game. I kind of just want to like bow out so that nobody has to watch me play against this deck. That just the entire point of this deck is to slow play you out and just pick away at you little bit after little bit, and it's actually kind of a very annoying deck to play against. So we're gonna destroy one of these guys. He's probably gonna sacrifice it to the oven instead, but yeah, doesn't matter. He can't pay for 3, so let's do this. Let's create our 2 little 1/1.
Say hi to my fiery friends.
I need to put some artifact destruction in this deck, I've realized. I don't know what the best artifact destruction in the new set is. A lot of my go-to artifact destruction cards for red were not reprinted or haven't been reprinted in a while. So he's going to do, this is just going to get annoying. And he's just gaining life every single time he does this. And I need something I can really do damage with. I need to I need to get that Cavalcade out. Oh, there it is. That's good. So we'll do this, and at least I'll do 3 damage here. Maybe 2. I want to save this guy. I want to protect. I guess I don't really care about Chandra at this point. Now, if I had that guy out that did extra damage, this would be a huge situation right there. And let's see if he wants to block any of this. He's taking 3 more. This deck is super frustrating to play against, guys. Like, you don't even know in the comments. It's just, I have a deck like this. It is perhaps, and I don't even like playing it. I don't even like playing it because it is so irritating to play against. Maybe the most frustrating deck to play against in the meta right now. Now, that replaces the last deck that used to be so frustrating to play against. Yeah, whenever a player, blah, 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 he has all these sacrifice things and all these permanents that sacrifice things, and it's very annoying. And there's nothing I can do about this.
Throw another punch,
because he's going to be gaining life every time he brings that familiar back. Now he's going to kill Chandra. There's nothing I can do about it. It's just going to keep going and going. And I don't think I can do damage faster than he can bring it back. So I might just be done here. Like, I don't stand to lose anything if I drop out, other than, this isn't bad. But whatever I use Lava Coil on, he's just gonna use the Witch's Oven, and this is a sorcery, so I can't even play it as an instant. However, I can get rid of this Mayhem Devil because I'm so tired of it. He's probably gonna use the Witch's Oven. That's fine. Oh, okay. Oh, he wanted the extra damage.
I'm burnt out.
He doesn't have any mana. Whatever. I'm going to kill this thing. Good. I don't like that Mayhem Devil. It's gone. That gives me a little bit of hope, except he's still going to keep bringing this Black Cat. And that thing is super annoying. Like, I cannot stand that Black Cat. Just because it's slow. I mean, it just becomes every turn is this. Oh, great. Here comes the Black Cat. Like, oh great, he's gonna be making more of those brooms forever and ever. Yay! I don't. It's just not fun to play against. So, I don't know. I can do some damage here to him, but I think ultimately, unless I draw that my Jaya plays Walker, then he's probably gonna have me here because there's nothing else I can do. Like, I got him down to 10, that's fine, 9, yeah. Shock will help, though, because if he tries to return something, sacrifice another permanent, he's going to sacrifice probably the familiar. I don't know what he's going to do here. Because he doesn't have any food, so he can't bring the familiar back. He doesn't have the mana to bring the broom in, but I'm still in trouble here. That thing is going to put me in real trouble. I don't know what to do about that giant 5/5 thing. Because he's going to do... Yeah, I need to draw a card that's going to save me right now. And I'm probably going to draw a land. Watch. As it never fails. So I'm going to throw this in. I got him down. If I could have gotten another Cavalcade, or if I could have gotten that other Planeswalker... Man, guys, what a show. Like, it's not been... I haven't been doing the best with this deck. Maybe I just don't want to use this deck. Maybe there's just something missing here. Definitely missing some artifact destruction. Like, if I could have destroyed that Witch's Oven. So, he's going to kill it. That's basically game. Let's see what I can do about this. Like, let's look through... and maybe see what I can do to get rid of these. Because... Alright, look at that. I got some cards. So these are some things that I earn as I play. So you're always going to be earning coins. You're going to be going up this mastery tree. And this mastery tree is going to earn you prizes based on which level you are. So this is something you have to, like, there's the free version up top, which earns you all these rewards. And then you can pay a little bit of money every time a new set comes out, which is still cheaper than buying regular Magic. And if you do that, you get access to this bottom row as well. So I'm earning everything on the top and the bottom row. Every time I go up these levels. And you can see, like, I'm already up to level 17, so you can kind of power through these pretty quick. And that earned me a new core set pack, so I'm going to open that and see what I've got here. Now, this is the core set. There's always, like, the 2020 core set, or M20. Next year we'll have M21. And then there's a couple different, like, actual sets that are usable at the same time. So I like this deck. I just think... I don't know, maybe I'm just not doing well with the artifact destruction. So, offhand, I don't know what I want to throw out. Like, I don't know what I want to throw for artifact destruction. And you guys in the comments are not helping me. I needed some advice. What I'd really like is an adventure. Maybe this Shield Breaker, but he's a 2/1. I really want him to be a 1/2. Because putting a 2/1 creature out doesn't super help me. For this game, considering I really need things that have 1 or less. So, this guy I like. Whenever he activates an ability of an artifact that isn't mana, deals 1 damage to them. This could shut down those decks for sure. In fact, you know what? Let's put some of these guys in. Let's put 3 of these guys in. And you'll notice I'm over. I don't want to run in with 3 cards, or with over 3 cards. So I'm going to take out some things that are not great. So I'm going to drop this guy. And I got to drop one more card. Let's drop... I only need 3 of those, so I'm back to 60. Let's see how this works. Let's give it one more try, guys. We got some time left in the episode today before I talk about basically what's coming up next. So let's see if we can try this, do things a little better, probably a little better, with this new deck. So wish me luck, guys. Those of you who are watching, or half watching, or have it on in the background. You know, I know it's Monday Night Football happening, and also a new Star Wars trailer is dropping tonight. And tickets, I don't want to say this because you're probably going to go run and stop watching the stream, but tickets for Rise of Skywalker went on sale tonight. I grabbed mine. I grabbed some tickets for me when I could. They were like filling them out all around me. So hopefully that movie doesn't disappoint. All right, I like this starting hand a lot better. I've got lots I can play, lots of flexibility here. This is good. And I'll potentially have 3 mountains before I play the Dwarven Mine, which I like that because I want to create those dwarves. The opponent goes first too, so I'm actually going to start the game with an extra card. So they're going to go first, whatever. I actually don't super mind going second. I like having the freedom with that extra card. See, look, 3 mountains. So, and I actually get my Scorch Splitter out on the first turn. The only thing that could have made this hand a better starting hand is if I had the Cavalcade in it. And I don't, but I'll probably draw one. Now, let's see. He's playing a red and blue deck, which means he's going to be returning things to my hand, bouncing things around, doing damage. So I might want to just wait until I have everything I need before I start throwing out creatures. We'll see, because he's going to have some counter spells too. So I kind of want to throw him bait. Like, I want to throw out cards that are kind of good and get him to counter those so he doesn't counter my actual good cards. So, well, that sucks. This was supposed to be a free attack from that Scorcher, and it's gone. But you can see how shock can be an incredibly great form of crowd control. And if he plays a creature, I am most assuredly going to shock it as well. We'll see. I don't know what his plan is. He's going to drop out some Planeswalker, and I'm sure he's going to do something super irritating and annoying with it. He's probably going to try to counter this. I don't care. I don't want him to counter this. So, we'll see. I'll take 4 damage, or he'll draw 3 cards. I don't want to give a blue deck cards. I'll take the damage. The last thing you want to do is give a blue deck a lot of cards. That sucks. But he's going to play this again because it's got Jumpstart. Jumpstart lets you bring it back to play again, which is going to be very frustrating. That time I'm probably going to have to let him draw the cards. See, the more cards he draws, the better chance he has of drawing into those combos I talked about earlier. Card draw decks are annoying because they almost always get the cards they need because they're drawing so many cards. Look at that. Like, they have every answer to everything they need. Do I want to bring up my dwarf now or next turn? Next turn. Because I want that guy out first. I want my dwarf to be able to protect him. Not like he's running very many creatures, so these shocks are kind of dead in my hand until he actually plays something. I don't know what his win condition is. I don't know what he's trying to do here. Doesn't seem like he's doing much other than countering and destroying everything I play. Okay, that guy has to go. I really dislike that guy. So. At least he gave me something I could use my shock on, and since it's an instant, I can use it on his turn. And the great thing is if he tries to counter it, I've got a second one. So... oh, he's going to try to get his effect out of this. Oh my gosh. He's really getting the effect out of that card that lets him spend 1 less. He got to pay both those Radical Ideas for 1 blue mana, which is crazy. Alright, now I'll throw out my Dwarven Mine. He is completely tapped out, so I know he can't counter this. This is nice. I really like this Jaya, but I really want that Cavalcade. I've gone through 12 cards of my deck already, and I haven't drawn it. That's not great odds. There's nothing you can do when you don't draw it. Like, I can mulligan until I get it, but, like, if you mulligan down to, like, a 4-card hand, you better hope it's, like, the best 4-card hand you can make, or you're going to be in real trouble. Like, this deck might be able to survive with a 4-card starting hand, but most decks can't. And I don't like how many cards he has available, and he jump-started, like, that risk factor and these radical ideas. So look at that. He's just drawing cards, like, left and right. It's frustrating because I know he's going to draw his crazy... Yeah, there's his awesome Planeswalker. I love the Royal Scion.
I enjoy the proper application of knowledge.
But I don't like him. Man, I'm just drawing land. It's like every game I can't get enough lands. So let's just do this. This is going to do 2 damage thanks to Giant. And he's down to 4. I could do this is only 1 damage, so I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like this setup at all. Control decks have always been kind of annoying to play against because they don't really have a win condition so much as like they're just going to keep on dragging out the game forever. There were some in the last rotation that just literally the only way to win, like they would just hope you decked yourself out or like that you would give up before. Because
I will learn
they'll
what
just
nobody
kill or
yet
counter
knows.
spell everything you've got. I mean, I don't even know why he hasn't killed this dwarf yet. I'm sure he's got a shock or something in his hand. We'll see. He's got his Royal Scions back to 5. He's just jump starting and drawing cards like crazy. Like I don't know exactly what his plan is here. I have no idea what his actual deck is supposed to be. I don't like those Royal Scions.
Get away
so I'm
from
gonna
me!
get rid of them here. Got Infuriate. Don't want to waste it. We're gonna get rid of this guy here. Good.
Run,
Kill that Planeswalker. He's still at 20 though, and I'm still at 16. It's not great. It's kind of a sucky situation. Yeah, and then so this is his whole plan. But he drew Niv Mizzet really late. If he had gotten Niv Mizzet early, that would have been very bad for me. So, however, I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know if he's going to block me here. I'm going to try hoping he gets like really aggressive. I'm going to attack. Like, hopefully he's like, I don't care about this. But he probably knows better. He probably knows I have, yeah. That's frustrating. I don't know what I'm going to do about this Niv Mizzet because he just is going to just burn through everything because every time... I don't want to waste it. Every time he draws a card, Niv Mizzet deals a damage. Every time. And every time you play an instant or sorcery spell, you draw a card. So anytime he draws an instant or sorcery spell, so these 2 cards. I was talking earlier about how I was building a Niv Mizzet deck with the Royal Scions. It's basically this deck I'm playing against. But I don't think mine will be as slow. At least it won't be designed to be as slow. This one is super irritating.
Again. Are you
because
done
he's just
yet?
going to be dealing damage and just killing all my guys. Like, I'm not going to be able to play anything that he doesn't just kill instantly now. It's kind of frustrating. I don't want to go through this with 3 losses. But, like I said, this
ready
deck...
for a rematch
I mean,
when
I don't
you
like
are.
playing mono decks. I don't really like this deck a whole lot. But it is one that I... yeah, I will... I'm going to let him draw the cards. I have no choice. I can't take the damage. Because he's a 5/5 anyway. I can't take the damage here. I'm already at 15. And he's going to hit me now for 5 more. Yeah, this is rough. Niv Mizzet is rough to deal with. Oh yeah, because he drew all these cards. Man, I should have taken the damage. It's fine. It is what it is. Wasn't aggressive enough. I didn't get enough cards. Maybe I have too much mana in this deck. I don't think so though. Like, I don't think I have too much. But you know, somebody that's out there watching that's more of an expert. Oh look. If I had drawn this earlier, if I had drawn this in my starting hand, he probably would be dead. but now we're at least close to it. So, I don't know. Nothing I can do here is going to win me the game. So, it's unfortunate. I don't really like this. I don't really want to go out on a loss. So, I'm going to play a better deck. Next week, I'm going to actually do, build the deck on the stream. We're going to do a draft next week. So, we're going to actually get to open packs and look through the packs and pick some cards. So, don't miss next week because you're going to want to see that draft in action. Because tonight, that Cavalcade deck, you can kind of see how it played. You can maybe build your own version of it. I didn't really like it too much. So I'm going to try something different. I'm going to throw out my Dragons deck. I like this Dragons deck a lot more. It's something I'm a little more happy with than the Cavalcade deck. Cavalcade kind of failed. I think to get that deck to work, you really need a good draw. And I probably should have mulliganed down to 5 or 4 cards, but you have to learn the sweet spot of your deck. I mean, tournament players are playing their decks hundreds of times in preparation to know exactly when to mulligan. Like, what is the exact limit of what is a hand you can work with and what is a hand you can't. For example, I think I can work with this hand because I've got 2 here. This is a 3rd one that's going to get me, both of these are going to get me mana. So I've actually got a lot of mana generation here with just 2 cards. So that's good. I like that. And I've got 2 of my key planeswalkers in my starting hand. Now watch. This is the time I play against the black deck that has cards that are going to make me discard cards. If that happens, it's like, oh, I've got that great hand. The first thing they do is like discard the key card. So we'll see. No, not black. I kind of like that. So I need to get my mana engine going. I like the Paradise Druid better. Paradise Druid can produce any color land. Incubation Druid can only produce land I'm already producing. So it can only make green right now because all I have is that forest. This deck's probably a little better. Is he playing the same deck I'm playing? What is happening here? So I could play that, or I could play Nissa's Triumph. I do want to play that. I do want to get some forests out. I can get 3 lands. So 2 basic forests. I haven't played one this turn, so I can play one. Still have 2 free mana. Boom, I can play the Incubation Druid. Now I'm looking pretty good. I'm at 5 mana going into next turn. Which means I can play either one of these guys. And I really like Sarkhan. So whenever you cast a spell that targets a creature control, draw a card. That's pretty cool. I kind of like that. Scrying is another great way to kind of set your deck because every time you play a creature, you get to look at the top card of your deck. And you can choose to just put it back on the bottom of your library. So if you look at it and it's kind of a dead card, you can just slide it underneath. So, wow. Okay, well I don't have 5 mana now. Well, I do. I can play this forest. Oh, that was unfortunate. But you know what? I'm going to throw this guy out. We're going to make a giant dragon.
I fight with a dragon's rage.
Here we go. Create that 4/4 dragon. I feel pretty good about that. We'll see what he's got. This makes Sarkhan pretty vulnerable, but it's really the best bet. Unless he has a shock, which he might. I don't know if this is that kind of deck. I don't know what he's got in there. Oh, another one of his Puzzling Beasts. Awesome. And that's going to really destroy... Well, I can block and kill it with my dragon. So I guess I'm not super upset about it this time. And he knows I can do it. That's why he's not attacking with it. So what do I want to throw out? Let's throw out this guy. This gives everyone haste and it increases my creatures' abilities.
You are not worthy.
I really want to gain 1 here.
They are coming.
So now these guys are turned into dragons. They both have haste. So I can I could theoretically give one of them 2. Let's do it. Let's give him +2/+2.
My blades will always strike true.
I can scry. I don't need that at this point, actually. So let's drop that beneath. So I can do 14 damage right now. But if I do, he's going to come in and swing at my... I need that dragon So we're just going to attack with these two and just do 10. And if I can do his next turn, that's game. He's already down to 10 life. We'll see what he's got up his sleeve, though. If he doesn't kill my haster here, I can throw out Nissa next turn, and I'll have 3 dragons. So we'll see. Ooh, he paid life to put that in play untapped. I wonder what he's got. Oh, nice. That's a win for him. That's going to be awful. He's going to deal, like, he's going to kill one of my planeswalkers right here. But that's fine. This was a cool card. He's going to attack. I can't block it. He's going to do 5 damage to me and 5 damage to a planeswalker I control. He's probably going to kill Sarkhan. I wouldn't blame him for that. That's probably what he's going to do. So we'll see.
Consume you.
Know, he's only got a couple options here. I hope. Well, we'll see. I need to get rid of that thing, though, because it's got vigilance, which is super annoying. But I want him to keep my haste. So I really actually want him to kill.
The dragon would rather die
so
than lose.
Creatures I control have haste. I like that. I can throw out my dragon here. He'll be a 5/5. So that'll drop him down to 3. I can. I'm 1 mana short. I'm not worried about that goblin here. I'm 1 mana short. If I can draw a red mana here, I can bring him out with. Ooh, I could. Didn't adapt it early enough. So this creature you can adapt. You can see that there. I was having a little mental thought process. If you adapt, it gets counters on it. It gets 3+1/+1 counters on it, which would give me 3 lands, 3 mana every time I tapped it. I could do that now, but I'm not sure I'm gonna survive because he's gonna kill this guy now. And I didn't get that mana, so maybe I do want to do that. I could bring out Nissa. Whatever, so, but they're going to kill Nissa for sure. And there's nothing I'm going to be able to do about them killing Nissa. So let's just bring out the dragon. He's got haste. He's going to get plus.
Your lives will not go unpunished.
That would have been great last turn. I don't need that now. So I'm going to be 1 damage short on ending him. 1 life left. Can I end this before he does 17 damage to me? He's got 10 right here he could do. And he's going to kill my planeswalker. Let's find out. If he can't deal with my dragon, though, it's game for him. So he really needs to deal with that dragon because I can just fly over the top and pop him. So we'll see. But I do want to thank you guys, for those of you who have tuned in to watch me and this Cavalcades deck lose. It's unfortunate, but that is kind of what happens. So, oh, he found something to deal with it. All right, 6 damage to creature with flying. All I need to do is just ping him for 1 damage, and he's gone. So, we'll see what happens here. Nissa can't do it on her own. Man, he really got lucky with that. 6 damage a creature with flying. He really got lucky with that.
Hazaret,
basically, I have 1 more turn here. And that is not going to do it. He's got 2 creatures that can block, and I've got 1 creature that can attack. He got rid of everything that has haste. This will let me attack with 1 creature. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. Oh, that's so unfortunate. It was so close. So close, but no cigar. I have set 8 health. He's going to come in.
Together, we will prevail.
And probably destroy me here.
Rise, my elemental friend.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. If he can't kill me this turn, that Scorch Splitter is going to kill him. And I can put out the Druid as well to block. Yeah, let's see what happens here. So he needs to do 8 damage to me right now, or this Scorch Splitter will kill him. I don't know what he's got up his sleeve. But I'm definitely not going to let that questing beast get through again. Whew, this one is intense, guys. This could go either way right now. Like this, I was in really good shape. If I had just drawn that 1 red mana, sometimes you cannot control that situation. It's unfortunate. He's looking around. He's trying to figure out what he can do too. Because he knows that if he doesn't kill me right now, then it's game. What does he have up his sleeve? What is he thinking here? What is he thinking? He's attacking me with... So that's 3, 6, 7, 8. That will kill me. But that's actually okay. Because I'm not going to let him do that. So I'm going to block this. But he can't be blocked. So I'll have to block this and this. So I lose my Scorch Splitter, but the thing is, he's only leaving himself with 1 creature. I don't know what his goal is here. He's going to deal 5 damage to...
Do not
Nissa,
assume
but
I
he
am
can't
fragile.
kill her. I'm at 1, she's at 1. Oh, so he has a second creature. Man. Alright, I think I've got him. Ooh. Unless he can counter this. I'll play him. This is a nail biter here. Each Planeswalker becomes a dragon, which means Nissa becomes a 4/4 dragon with flying. I don't think he can do anything about that. He's all tapped out. He's got 1 mana left. Boom, over the top. Okay, that was a close match. That one could have gone either way. I think I could have made a smarter play earlier on in the order that I played some of those. But, I mean, overall, obviously, I'm happy with the victory. I'll take a victory, even if it came at such a nail-biting pace. I mean, that was super close. But again, that is what draws me to playing Magic. I mean, these dramatic moments, these highs and lows. I had 3 pretty bad losses with that Cavalcade deck. I came back with my Dragon deck, which I really like. It needs a little tweaking. It's not perfect. But again, we're going to obsess over these forever. Hello, we have somebody in the chat, but like at the very end of the stream. So people are watching. I think a lot of people are watching Monday Night Football probably right now, but you know that's not going to be forever. There's not always going to be Monday Night Football, and there will always be Monday Night Magic. So that's pretty awesome. So hi, thanks everybody for watching. It is basically 10 o'clock, so I'm not going to go too much more into this right now. And actually, I think that's David in the chat right now because Jeremy is on his way to Essen. So look at that. I've got enough again to buy a pack. So before I go, let's just bust open one more pack, see what we get. When you go to buy packs, you can spend your in-game currency. And you'll notice I've gotten a lot. Every time I sit down and play, I get a ton of in-game currency. You can almost get enough to buy a pack a day, really. And that's a lot. So let's grab a pack of the new set and pop that open and see if we get lucky. Maybe we'll get another Mythic Rare Planeswalker. It's always fun to open these and see what we're going to have here. Ba-ba-ba. Okay, so not a Mythic Rare Planeswalker. Yes, the Star Wars trailer is playing. Are you not? Maybe you're not in the U.S. I know we have people viewing all over for MVM. But yeah, for those in the U.S., tonight, the Star Wars trailer comes out. The new Star Wars trailer comes out. I personally am very excited. I am waiting for that to happen with bated breath. So anyway, Fae of Wishes. Fae of Wishes is an awesome card that lets you go out of the game and pull a card in. So you can basically bring a sideboard in with you. A sideboard can be 15 cards. You can set that aside and you can play the Fae of Wishes and you can pull out exactly the card you need when you need it. So I love the Fae of Wishes. It's actually, I've kind of built a dream deck here. You can kind of do that. Like you'll notice I've got 2 dream decks down here. So it'll show you like, okay, these are the cards I want, but I don't have them yet. So I'm still trying to earn a lot of these cards. So you'll see like, now I'm down to just needing 1. I needed 4 of these to start with. I've earned 3 already. And again, I could use my wild cards and buy some of these things. And I could buy more packs. I'm really trying to earn a lot of this stuff through in-game currency just to show that it can be done. The one thing I did buy was this Mastery Pass, which got me some sleeves and some skins. I think it was like $20. 20 or 25. So we'll see. Brennan says, what do you think of my Bag of Holding deck? Flush Channeler. Oh, wow. Yeah, that sounds annoying, by the way. So what Brandon is in the comments talking about. So let me see here. Let's look at the collection. I don't actually have the Channeler, so you can kind of look and you can see all the cards in the game, which is nice. Maybe one day we'll go through these. So this guy is crazy. So I was talking about that Royal Scions deck, and you can basically cast a lot of non-creature spells, and this is Proliferate. Proliferate is going to actually double the amount of tokens on each thing, or not double, but give you another one. So it's going to look at all your planeswalkers, and it's going to give you a counter on all your planeswalkers and a counter on any of your creatures that already have counters. It's really, really unfortunate. So I don't have the cards though for it. So then the Benefic Biomancer lets you draw more cards. And if you play that with the Pyromancer says every time you draw another card or the second card a turn, it deals damage. You can really actually kind of combo that extremely well to do a ton of damage and really like power up these Biomancers, wherever that guy is up there. So you can kind of see his text a little better. Yeah, Brandon, that sounds pretty awesome. So I'm not sure how I feel playing against that deck. I think I would hate it. I think that there's probably a lot of control. That's not what I'm using the Royal Scion for. I'm using them here. So this is the deck I'm putting them in with the Fae of Wishes. Really, the card that makes this deck work is the Fires of Invention. This is one that I'm really excited about. It lets you basically play spells for free, but you can only play 2 a turn. And Nerfenstein, yeah, I recognize the name. I feel like I've seen you. Yeah, I feel like I've seen that name in the comments since maybe like the start of Man vs. Meeple. So thank you for being such a long-time follower. You're getting called out here on Magic Monday, of all places. So if you guys are watching this after the fact, you can come in and tune in 9 p.m. Eastern on Mondays. We're always going to do something a little different. I really wanted to, I was challenged to try that mono red deck this week. I didn't like it. It was very aggressive, and like I don't play a lot of mono red aggressive decks, so like the timing, I didn't really know when to mulligan and what to keep. I haven't played that deck enough to really get a good feeling for that. I like kind of mid-range control decks. That's like where I shine. So that was, that was fun to try it. I don't know that I will consider that for like my actual like tournament play or my like ranked play, because we'll be doing a little ranked play. Like I said, next week I'm going to do a draft. So I'm actually going to show you guys what a draft looks like in Magic Arena, how that works, because you're not actually drafting with other physical opponents. You are playing opponents, but you're not drafting with them. You're actually drafting against an AI. There are some ways to actually kind of take advantage of that a little bit. The AI looks at cards. It doesn't quite look at all of the different combos you can make, so it tends to pass on some really powerful cards. And the best thing about doing a draft is after it's all done, you get to keep all the cards you drafted. So some people will just draft just to get the cards they want, and other people will draft to build decks. Once you draft that deck, you're going to play through a series of matches. We're going to see how many we can get through in one night. So you guys can come on, build a deck with me, critique it, because you're probably going to have thoughts about the draft that I don't have. You're going to want me to draft cards that I maybe wouldn't normally draft. I tend to go to specific colors. So you'll see next week. And we do have our Wednesday stream, MVM Live on Wednesdays. We're going to be playing Paris. I'm going to have David Waybright on set with me because Kira is off in Essen doing all the exciting Essen things. And also we have our Sunday solo plays where you can tune in on Sundays and watch Jeremy Howard, a.k.a. Jambalaya Plays Games. He'll play through the solo mode of a game to show you what the solo mode of that is like. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching another Magic Monday. I will see you guys next time, or maybe on Wednesday, for those of you who are tuning in on Wednesday. So have a great week, guys.